Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Happy New Year, and welcome back to another episode of Always Almost There. It is officially bracket season. I'm in uniform, and we're very excited to be here. Hell yeah. How are you guys doing?
Well, we're doing good. We can tell that you're stateside right now because as a Canadian citizen, there's no way they'd allow you to walk around with those guns exposed like that.
Yeah, these are low caliber though, so it's okay.
Kind of reminds me of like if they redid The Outsiders. Ryan, I could see Ryan like being in a play of The Outsiders.
Well, my career being in plays goes as far as I was the rabbi and Fiddler on the Roof in 8th grade. And I was actually I had 4 roles in a summer camp production of Spamalot 10 years ago. So that was
I'm more concerned and want updates on what's going on with the hummus blog. Like we haven't gotten updates lately.
Oh boy. Okay. How are you guys doing? How's your everyone have a good holiday?
Yeah, man. Just
Fantastic
using this time
holidays.
to do Jody stuff. Like just diving into the Jody as much as possible.
I always say Johnny. It's Jody.
I think it's
I
like a potato thing, you know?
Yeah, it's like Chicago. Like you got that Chicago thing going on.
Toronto,
you just say the Johnny.
Toronto, it all depends
like...
on.
I agree though, Neil. It's pretty much consumed my time.
It's
that's not a joke.
An overwhelming presence in B's life.
Well, you had a lot of catch up to do. You know, you haven't really listened to Goose in 6 months, so
stop it.
That's not true.
I know. It's only been 4 months.
Yeah, well,
I kid. We are very, very excited to be here, and we appreciate all of you tuning in on your Friday night tonight here at the end of the holiday. We're very excited to reveal to you this amazing Jam of the Year bracket. You know, I got my copy filled out right here. We're ready. We did have a funny moment earlier. You know, we talked about how Mr. Jive down there is an old man and, you know, lives in a cave in the mountains. He actually made fun of me for printing off a hard copy of the bracket today, which I thought was funny.
I just want to make a point here. Out of all of us, the ones you call old all of the time, you, Ryan Storm, have a printed out bracket. I just want to be clear. The rest of us don't.
Yeah.
So,
to be fair, I don't have a printer at home. As soon as I have access to a printer, I'm going to print one out.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to make it down to the public library today.
Those still exist?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have like a Kinko's or anything here. So
a top copy.
Oh, man. Well,
we have a great library.
I'm glad. Well, we have a lot to cover today, of course. And just like last year, we've got a nice little PowerPoint situation. So we can have nice visual aids for everybody here. And 4 regions. Tonight, we will be covering 2 of them. We will be going in reverse order of what the first round matchups will be. So tonight, we will be covering the Turbulence and the Lazy regions here in the bracket. And I think that, you know, anything else you guys want to say before we dive in?
I'm just really excited for bracket season.
Yeah.
I think these are the most fun. These are some of the most fun episodes that we do. The Fiddlers recaps are always really good.
I mean, it's true. He's right.
These are also really, really special to me. Really,
yeah. And I should
heart.
say, actually, before we start, we had around 150 people submit seating playlists this year, which is absolutely phenomenal. Biggest year yet. You know, we might not be the happiest with some of the results that happened on this bracket, but we really are grateful.
I thought we are the judges. That's not the case?
That's the judges with a capital J, just for the record. No, if we were, Kev would have judged the Gonzo your direction into the bracket.
We would have judged a few things into the bracket, really. I mean, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
There are a few snubs out there that I think we're all a little bit sad about.
We may rethink crowd seating altogether. I mean, I don't know.
Jive's been rethinking.
I
We
just
should
had this,
actually.
lengthy post like on Blue Sky, which Jive wouldn't know because he doesn't own a computer anymore. But about how the the beauty of crowd seating and how there's like wisdom in crowds and all of this
Wisdom
stuff.
of crowds.
It was like citing books and all kinds of stuff, and then here we are. We're just gonna poke some holes in a bunch of choices.
Well,
But
I
hey,
love that, and thank you for mentioning the snubs. I almost forgot about that. But I think a couple, each of us have a couple of jams that we had on our lists that we were hoping to make it in. So Neil, why don't you start us off? What are your
I don't want to take anybody's, man. I've got a bunch.
I can go first.
Mine overlap with other people's. I think I know what yours is going to be.
Yeah.
So why don't you just say yours, because I don't want to steal that.
Yeah, thank you. I have two big ones, which are the 919 Sterling Heights Butter Rum, which, to be clear, I had ranked 62 on my list, but it's actually phenomenal and I love it. And I think it should have at least been represented. And also the Burlington Rockdale from September 14th, which is one of the most incredible short jams the band has ever played. And I think it is a tragedy that it didn't make it.
I think by the numbers, I had the biggest snub, maybe of all time.
Maybe.
And that's the Cleveland Drive, which I had
the second one.
Yeah, of course. I had it at 14. I had it at 14 and it didn't make it. Something's wrong. You know what I mean? Now, seriously though, aside from the numbers,
Jive,
with you or with other people,
this jam is amazing.
That right there is the wisdom of crowds.
This is where the crowd wasn't so wise. Jive, go ahead, because I have some things I want to add to this.
No, I mean I don't want to dig into the jam, but yeah, if anyone who didn't have it in their 64, go back and listen to the Cleveland drive. And to Ryan's point, there's two drives in Nugs, so we're talking about the main jam, the return jam, the second track. It's just some phenomenal jamming. I mean, it's so much better than so much of the stuff that made the playlist. Shocking to me.
Yes, and just some folks might be confused because at the time there was a lot of discourse around this, and everybody was saying it was a Seekers 2 jam, not a drive jam. So it is the jam that you're thinking is a Seekers 2 jam. It's tracked as drive. It is phenomenal, and I think the majority of it is nothing like drive at all. It just goes right into jam, and it's wonderful. And you should check it out. I'm sad that it didn't make it because I wish we had the opportunity to just talk about that jam a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
Kev should go because it's in his name, and then I'll round us out on the bottom here.
Yeah, this should come to no surprise to anybody, and I'm a little shocked here that the Gonzo jam of the summer, didn't make the bracket. The Gonzo Your Direction. What a vibe! That's unfortunate. It's probably. I forget where I had it. It was in the mid 30s, I think, is where I had it. But definitely something. And you laugh, but I listened to that jam probably, I don't know, conservatively 25 times since it was played back in June or May or whatever it was. So for me, that's a bracket snub for me, man.
I like that. I like that jam too.
I also like the jam.
It's enjoyable. I just don't think it's a bracket jam. Yeah.
I have listened to it a bunch because I think it's a vibe, and there's longer.
I would challenge you on this: is how many jams? And again, this is sort of rhetorical. How many jams on the top 64 had you have to go back to listen to versus something like Your Direction, the Gonzo Your Direction that you threw on for fun? Because you wanted those vibes or you wanted to feel good. And I know there's a balance between technical and artistic and vibes. And this isn't a vibes of the year, podcast, but
no, it is not. I'm actually here with the curator of the vibes bracket. He's in the room for the podcast.
Also an intern.
Also our intern. He's here, to help facilitate this podcast very graciously. But if you're looking for a vibes bracket, go talk to Josh. But this here is a jam of the year bracket, Kev. So while you may have ranked the Gonzo
jam,
U Direction
but
for
I'm
vibes,
saying, well, the vibes were high because it was a jam, Ryan.
the vibes were actually high during the Grand Rapids Modathon, far higher actually, for me at least. Anyway.
Amazing counterpoint, Ryan.
Yes, thank you very much. Should we start? Or wait, Neil, you haven't given your snub.
No, I still got to do my snubs, and I'm going to segue us right into this bracket when I do it. How about that?
Neil's snub is being skipped for his snub.
Yeah, I got snubbed in my snub. This is bullshit. In any case, I want to reiterate that, of course, this is not the best of Goose playlist. This is the Jam of the Year playlist, 1 through 64. So it's about the jams. And so sorry, Kev. I couldn't see that one being on my list. But in any case, I digress. 3 snubs to talk about before I kind of move on from here. In my bracket, I had 3 Jive Lees. Of course, I had the Brooklyn Bowl Las Vegas Jive Lee, and also the what is it, Mountain Jam? Yeah, Mountain Jam Jive Lee, which I think is fantastic, and it's good stuff. And I think Peter nearly burst our eardrums with the synth on that one. But yeah, and I think that show just didn't get enough love in general in the bracket, just because it wasn't broadcast. It was a festival. I think there were some other wonky things, and it just never really got the credit. And so the last thing I want to talk about is the Echo of a Rose second half from that show, which is really remarkable. It goes a couple different places, but one place it goes is truly beautiful. And it shows up in this bracket as a 1 seed. That section of that jam gets played just a little bit later in a 1 seed in this bracket. And I think that's a really good time to segue into doing Turbulence, the region on the bottom left of your bracket. How's that sound, Ryan?
All right, you ready?
Slide. All right.
Maybe should the intern maybe do the slides if Ryan? I don't know.
You're gonna you need Josh to come over and sit right next to me so he can hit an arrow.
Yes.
He might do it faster.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You missed the mark.
Let's talk about the master.
Tell him to scoot up the cock chair. Yeah.
All right.
Now we can really watch.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, we're paying this guy, right?
So
it's on the screen. Let's talk about it.
I'm working on it. Okay, so you get the number 1 seed in the Turbulence region, the 629 Westville All I Need, which is a beautiful, beautiful jam. And the segment from that 622 Echo, the jam that didn't make it was ranked, I think, 125 overall. Yeah. Yet this one is a 1 seed. Did folks not hear the other one? I don't know. It blows my mind. I really wish that Echo made it into the bracket. But in any case, this All I Need is a beautiful, beautiful jam. It's very different than all of the other 1 seeds, I think. And yeah, I think that's all I can say about that. And then, of course, the 6-6 Double. Nobody really watched those shows. They were in a far-off destination, and nobody really went to those. So we can just move right on.
Upset alert.
I think I like this. Okay. I think I like this tumble more than most people, but to me, it's an enjoyable jam. I'm not voting for it here. This All I Need is making it to the final 4 for me out of this region.
Where did everybody have this All I Need overall on your playlist?
I had it ranked at number 8 overall.
I had at 6.
This is my winner.
It's your number 1, Kev?
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Kev, where did you have the 622 Echo?
Fuck if I know.
Wisdom
Damn
of the
it, Kev.
Kev. It's the wisdom of the Kev.
All right.
This is pretty cut and dry, like most 116s. We ready for the matchup number 2?
Yeah, I'm ready for number 2. Let's go. Okay,
this one's interesting.
This one is really interesting. So this one is the 619 Madavana, the 8 seed, Cleveland, Ohio, the 9 seed, 2-6 Animal from Milwaukee. Now, you see a lot of Milwaukee and a lot of Grand Rapids in this bracket. Folks, those shows were well attended. They were well viewed at home. Things are very, very high on this playlist in a few different places. Example here, this 8 seed Madavana, I have 15 overall. So that makes it a 3 seed in my bracket. And then this Animal, I didn't rank at all. So this is a runaway winner here, this Madhavan. It is, It's very, very high on my list, and I hope this goes pretty farther than the seed says.
Yeah, I mean, there's, I mean, I don't think this Madhavan particularly has a chance against the Westville All I Need in the second round. But this, I agree with you, Neil. I had this Madhavan ranked 18 overall, and I didn't rank the animal. I thought that based on the support that it's had since February, it would make the bracket. I am really shocked at how high it ended up being ranked. I feel like that some of the stuff we're going to see later and tomorrow, where they're ranked, I would have expected this animal to be more of like a 13, 14 maybe, but seeing it at a 9 seed is kind of blows my mind a little bit, not in a good way.
I had the flip of that going on. I had the animal at 30. Yeah, man, it makes you upset. I can see it. Judge Ryan Tears gonna drink them
Wisdom
all.
of the cat.
Gonna drink them all up. I honestly think this is going to be an upset. I think Animal's going to end up taking this Madhavan down.
So,
yeah,
I don't put Animal on my playlist. This
This
one or anyone. But I have this Madhavan at number 4. So when you say that the All I Need that this stands no chance, like I don't know. I think that might be a little bit of a stretch. I think that one might be closer than you think.
I mean, I hope so. I just think based on the popular sentiment around the Westville All I Need, that's just, my guess is that it will run away with that matchup. I would love to see the Madhavan put up, more of a fight.
And I think what we see, and maybe this is a good time to just throw this out there. The pool of folks that are actually actively submitting versus the pool of folks that are voting,
very different.
Two different sizes. And so, sometimes that's where, you might see some upsets, especially when you get into, some of these more mid-ranked jams that, maybe it's not as high as it should be. Maybe it's the opposite. I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
Do you think there's a larger lesson to be learned from what you just said right there, from that sentiment?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Amazing. So, but just a wraparound comment here before we move to the next slide. I think there are a couple sentiments about songs that are kind of added to the bracket that like folks feel like there are too many. So folks say like, hey, there's going to be a lot of Madhavans in the bracket, or hey, there's going to be a lot of animals in the bracket. And the funny thing about that is that, I mean, I don't know, the Madhavans to me aren't necessarily repetitive. I think the animal jams that you get over the course of 2025 all kind of sound the same to me. And that's why this animal, a 9 seed, didn't end up in my bracket.
Yep.
Slide, please. Okay. Next matchup, we have the 5 seed, Toronto Pancakes. Excellent jam. We had Cotter on the podcast on the day after. He said this was his favorite jam of that whole entire run, which is a remarkable thing.
On February 16th, he said that.
On February 16th, he said it. And then the 12 seed, This Old Sea from San Francisco. And these are pretty far apart jams as far as I see it. This Pancakes is kind of a multi-section masterpiece in my mind. It's like a very high seed for me. And then This Old Sea is just a straight ahead rock and roller. It's a pretty good one too. I love it, and it's kind of got a that China Rider Grateful Dead vibe transition, which I think is fantastic. And it lands it in a bracket like pretty much once a year. You get a jam that kind of sounds like this one, and here's this one at the 12 seed.
Yeah, I mean, I like This Old Sea. It has some really cool like dynamic play from Rick and Peter, but that's kind of all it does. Pancakes was my number 19 overall. So this is a solid ranking for it for me, I think. And yeah, Toronto representation. Let's go.
Yeah. I had it at 15. Good stuff.
Yeah. This is a great jam. And what? Sorry, Kev.
I was just going to say 42 and 54 for me. I think this Pancakes takes this one.
Oh, so yeah, close match. But yeah, this Pancakes is a Cotter jam. This is a phenomenal Cotter jam. Right.
No wonder Cotter loved it, right?
Yeah.
Imagine he hated that one. All right. So yeah, I think I had this as number 17 overall in my bracket. This Pancakes.
He was on.
This old Steve.
He was on at that show.
Yeah, he tends to be.
That was-
I
You know, when
forgot that,
people say when a certain band member is on,
can you remember it? No, I've got it written down somewhere. We'll do it.
like
sometime
they're
during this
all
podcast.
on every night. They're professional musicians.
That's why we tune in.
I will say, I'll admit that I'm naturally contrarian when people say things like Cotter's on tonight. I mean, for the vast majority of shows, they're all crushing it and they're all on. It's what makes Goose so good.
You guys are good. I can't.
Couldn't have said it
by-
better myself.
Sponsored by the search function on Signal. Okay. Next matchup.
Yes, next matchup, please. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Every
here we
matchup,
go.
it's like I hurt a little bit when the slide shows up.
Yeah,
Like something
okay.
about it. I'm just like, ah.
That's the
So
wisdom of crowds
Yeah.
No, this
that you're feeling.
this one's good.
All right, let Neil read it out for the people who might be listening without the video.
Yeah, without the video. So we have the 4 seed, 628 Madison Square Garden Thatch versus the 13 seed Fiddler's Dustin Hoffman. And this one's like really interesting to me because my rankings of these jams have them a whole lot closer together than these seeds would, lead you to believe. This Thatch, to me, I don't know. Folks have it really high. I think there's a lot of folks stumping for this as their jam of the year. I don't necessarily agree with those folks. I don't agree with those folks at all, actually. I think I had this one somewhere in the 32-ish range. So like maybe it's 29 to 32 area. I can't remember off the top of my head. And this Dustin Hoffman, I think, is my favorite Dustin Hoffman of the year. And like, this isn't even Colorado bias. I just really like where this one goes. It has this whole kind of non-repeating guitar phrase that Rick does that takes you into outer space. And I think that's awesome. This Thatch, they played the vast majority of this jam the night before in Guilford. So it's baffling to me that this one got to be so high in people's lists when literally the day before they played pretty much the same jam. And I think it was better. So I don't know. Here we are.
Well,
Yeah.
tell the people what jam that was that you're referring to.
Oh, I'm talking about the Rockdale from Guilford.
Yeah. Thank you, Neil.
And it's been played also before. There's the SPAC Drive. Then there's the Arrow from somewhere that I'm not remembering off the top of my head. But it's happened more than a few times. Yeah. And in Hungersville. Yeah.
Well, it can still be great though. You know what I mean?
I mean, it can be. I ranked this jam, but
So I have I think I have the Thatch at 19 and the Dustin Hoffman at 32. I went back and forth on the two Dustin Hoffmans in the bracket. Right after these shows, right after Fiddlers, I thought this was the best Dustin Hoffman they'd played. But I've since moved the San Fran version up a little bit higher. Anyway, I really like the Thatch jam. I mean, I think there's some really cool interplay, especially with Trevor and Rick, and it's just a nice, cool mellow funk jam. I mean, it's the transitions are well done. I mean, it's a well executed, great jam. Is it the mind blowing improv that I think some of the folks on this pod are wanting? No, it's not that, but the people love it for a reason. You know what I mean? We all have it ranked. It's a great jam.
yeah. I had this Dustin at 32 and this Thatch at 45. I think that, I agree, Neil. I think this is the best Dustin that they've played so far. The last few minutes, especially, just the way that Cotter is kind of setting up the groove and the interplay between Rick, Peter, and Trevor, it was so prevalent in the early summer. It's on such great display here, and I'm sad to see it ranked so low. But yeah, as people in the chat are saying, this is the battle of MSG attendance bias versus Colorado attendance bias.
Listen, not to go deep into these jams, but let me just say one thing about this Dustin Hoffman. I think it suffers because it's just a little bit short.
Yeah,
and at the time, now they had some plans for this set that they had to get to, but man, if they would have let this breathe out a little bit more and continue with that groove. I mean,
So, like, you're saying they could have cut the missed ending and kept jamming this?
I mean, they could have cut something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Anything else to add here?
I have this thatch, I think at 50. This Dustin at 61. The other Dustin, the San Fran one, I think is much higher, like in the 40s or something like that. I think the thatch wins out.
I thought you loved this thatch. I thought you would have had this much higher.
Based on your other rankings, I am shocked that you don't have this thatch higher.
Do you want me to move it?
No, I don't. I mean, it doesn't matter now.
Can we still move some things around?
Yeah, these seeds might change before. No, they won't. This is the bracket.
They will not change. Well, I mean, I'm not like hating on this thatch. I'm just surprised that it's a 4 seed. That's all. I think so. My actual ranking is I had the thatch at 29. So I also thought it was a really good jam. Top half of my playlist means it's a really, really good jam. But it's just a revisiting of a theme that's been done a few times. And I think when that happens, my same criticism of all the animals that have been played this year, they all start to sound the same. And then you're like, well, got to knock it down a few pegs because it's just a revisited theme. And I think last year when we were talking about the SPAC drive, I was championing the SPAC drive saying like, okay, they've revisited this theme. But it's okay that they've done it once. Now on the 4th time, I think I'm getting a little exhausted. So next slide, please. Okay. We have the 6 seed Fiddlers.
More
Fiction.
Colorado versus MSG.
Yeah, because there's a lot of that. And then you have the 11 seed Redbird. So for this one, I had this Factory Fiction ranked 21st overall, and this Redbird not at all. And real quick, I think the things that I want to say about this, I just don't think there's enough substance to this Redbird. It's a very, very short jam. I think folks are really high on it because, well, MSG was a really well-attended show, and the places this gets to in its short, length are okay, but they're only okay. And I don't think that's enough to pull it into a bracket. And when I think about things that got snubbed in this bracket, like that kind of bumps me out that this is an 11 seed. And then I think about this Factory Fiction. This thing is just chaos. And
this is the second Factory Fiction at this show, by the way, the set closing one.
Yes, and I mean, this thing goes a bunch of different places. I think this is my highest rated jam that kind of gets to the spaces that this thing gets to. And it's nuts. I had this one at 21, which would make it a 6 seed in my bracket. So actually, I nailed this one. 6 seed in my bracket.
Nice job. Neil's tapped in to the wisdom of the crowds.
Yeah.
You sure about
that? It's not where you want to be.
I had this Factory Fiction at 12 overall, actually. I absolutely love this. People who have listened to this podcast or know me know that I am a big fan of Evil Goose and Dissonant Goose. And so, yeah, love this stuff. Yeah, I had this Redbird towards the bottom of my list. I probably on there is more of an MSG courtesy, but it was the most adventurous jam played that night. For sure. I liked the last few minutes again because you get a little weird. But nothing crazy here.
I had the Factory at 9. Sorry, Kev.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying I had the Factory at 9.
I just love it when Josh Seidel's up behind you.
Yeah.
As it turns to.
Yeah. Yeah, he's learning. He's absorbing it all, just taking it all in.
He's absorbing something.
Absorbing
right
that beer.
Yeah. So just to circle back after the new year, bring us back to the present here. I had this Factory Fiction at 28, Redbird at 56, and I think again, like you guys have talked about it, all the chats that are going talk about it. That bottom, 32 is pretty much whatever you want it to be. In terms of personal preference, what you enjoy listening to in the bottom half of your playlist. But I think this Factory Fiction easily wins this matchup here.
Yeah, that one sells for sure.
And for the record, I think the entire 64 should be primarily driven by joy.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That sounds a lot like Vibes, and
you do realize this is a jam of the year bracket, right?
But my only argument
don't tell me what a jam is.
And don't tell me what vibes are. Like vibes can be jams. Like I don't
Gonzo Your Direction, that's a jam.
It's
what
a
are we
vibe
doing here?
that is a jam.
we
Jive
doing
Goose
here?
has been like taken over by like some kind of like mind control.
Yeah,
Kev, did you like go visit him and like?
Kaz hit it on the head in the comments, man. You can't spell Johnny without joy.
Dude, listen,
He's not
I've been
wrong.
saying that for years. There's nothing new here.
Let me tell you. By the way,
Rank the jams that bring you joy and make you feel good, and you're going to listen to them over and over. That's the shit you rank.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I've listened to the Sterling Heights Butter Rum more than half my list, but I still know that it's not a top 10 jam.
Why would you spend so much time listening to something that you don't consider top notch?
Because I think it's awesome. I just think there are better things. Anyway, we're not here to debate our processes here.
Yes, we are. That's absolutely what we're here for.
Okay,
But,
all right, fine.
I mean,
There's no wrong answers. Right?
There are definitely wrong answers. That's the
the
whole
important
point
thing to point out here is Jive Goose is totally full of shit because 3 years ago he absolutely would have set himself on fire for saying that.
It's true. 2022 Jive Goose is rolling in his grave right now.
I'm just glad I
Seriously.
won. I'm just glad I won. You know.
Can we get hashtag victory Kev in the chat, please?
Yeah.
All right.
Next slide.
Next slide.
Yeah, we got to move on.
Victory for the interns. Victory for Haps.
All
Okay.
right.
So this is an interesting one. So this is the first example of Goons. This is the first Goons matchup, and it's interesting where it appears in this bracket. I think folks are going to be excited about it. I'm excited about it, but the interesting thing is that it can kind of it can be a little bit repetitive. But in any case, we have the number 3 seed, the Grand Rapids Everything Must Go. This was my number 4 overall, so I wanted this to be a 1 seed in my bracket. And then the number 14, actually, I had it as a 14 seed as well, Atlas Dogs from Burlington, Vermont. And this Atlas Dogs separates itself from other Goons because there's just a few unhinged parts. Ryan, you want to say the thing about the...
There's no arpeggiator, and there's ring mod roads, and it's sick.
Ring mod roads is sick, and it's what makes this thing a 14 seed in this bracket, I think.
Yeah, I mean, also, and the lack of arpeggiator sets it apart from other Goons as well.
Yeah, it's almost like it just wasn't meant to happen in this one, which makes it kind of cool.
Well, that said, it gets pretty handily beat by this Everything Must Go, I think.
Yes, and then the interesting thing about this Everything Must Go is that I think this thing has a chance to go decently far.
Yeah.
Like, I think it takes out the 2 seed from this region. I think it has a chance to beat the 1 seed from this region. In my bracket, it's a 1 seed.
Yeah.
Versus the 1 seed of this region, which is the All I Need from Westville. So, upset alert, I think this Everything Must Go has potential to go decently far.
See, I have the Milwaukee Everything Must Go higher on my list.
Well,
I have
think we all do.
both that and Grand Rapids high on my list. But
yeah,
I have them both. I have both Everything Must Goes from February as 1 seed.
In your top 5, right? Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, this Everything Must Go is absolutely phenomenal. I have it at 9 overall, but I absolutely adore this jam. And let's play this song like this again in 2026, huh?
Sure.
Yeah. After those first 2 monster versions,
just nothing.
Yeah.
Could have been the year of Monavon and Everything Must Go, but they wanted to sample some strings instead. All right.
And not Billy Strings.
No, thankfully. Okay, next one.
Strings is a natural high.
Next slide, please. All right. So yet another jam from Milwaukee, 7 seed Drive from February 6th.
Those were good shows, man.
They were good shows.
February was good somehow.
February was very good.
Great
There's
month.
a reason why it's so well represented in this bracket. I'm not saying, there shouldn't be. Well, there's a few I think should be. But in any case, they deserve to be here because they were playing so incredibly well in February. Another stretch of time when they were playing incredibly well was this late June stretch. So we have the 10 seed. Why do I keep forgetting? Mountain Jam, Hunger Site from June 22nd. I think from like Cleveland all the way through until they got to Guilford, New Hampshire. Like they were just absolutely on fire. This hunger site is awesome. I absolutely love it. I actually have to look at where I have my seeds for this because, okay, bear with me
Yeah,
a second.
I love chill outro jam Goose, and the last 6 minutes of this hunger site is one of my favorite things that they played all year.
Yeah.
Before that you have 18 minutes of hunger site. So but I just ranked 26 overall, and I had this drive ranked at 41. So
Yeah,
I have this upset here.
I also had these flipped.
Yeah.
I had them both a little bit higher than that, but yeah, I had them flipped. Yeah, the end of this hunger side is what makes it. I mean,
It's spectacular.
Yeah.
And again, 622, best show of the summer.
But this drive is also so good. Like this is going to be a really close one. When people really get in and dig into these jams as they vote, I think this one's going to be really close. This one could absolutely go either way.
Yeah, I had this drive ranked higher. I love this drive. I think this one's fantastic. It has like a Pink Floyd vibe. I think it gets you that whole ethereal vibe that you get from the Eugene Bourne, which I'm surprised that Eugene Bourne champions aren't behind this thing because it's sick.
Well, no wonder you're behind it because you hate the Eugene Bourne.
Well, no, I like the drive, and I'm comparing the two. I'm juxtaposing the two. I'm saying they're similar.
And it also seemed like you were doing it in a favorable light.
Yeah, I have never disliked the Eugene Bourne. That is just a bit that was invented on this podcast for some reason.
You're lying now.
But yeah, 2023 Neil is spinning in his grave.
Yeah, and so Adam in the chat saying this hunger site's 3 minutes of vibes. I don't know if it's 3 minutes. I think
it's like 6 minutes at least.
Yeah. But like, but he's right. The reason why I think I have it at 41 in my bracket. Or in my rankings, and the reason why is because it is a pretty standard hunger site until that point, except it is super fiery. It's pretty good.
Wait, so that's super standard hunger site.
Yeah, super standard.
I mean, they're all pretty fiery.
Yeah, they're all good. Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah, this drive is an 8 for me. I don't think it's going to be close. I don't think there's an upset alert. I think this drive crushes this hunger site pretty handily.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this drive moves on.
All right. Wow. Jeff Hill in the chat really making it known what jam he's excited about. Okay.
Is it Gonzo your direction?
It's not. Final matchup of the Turbulence region.
Oh, thanks, Ryan.
No problem.
Appreciate that. Okay, so we have the 15 seed. Fiddlers, once again, a lot of fiddlers in this region. Echo of a Rose, which, again, controversial. People want to call this Psycho Killer, but for whatever reason, they called it Echo of a Rose. Fine. This is another example of Goonts. I think this is appropriately seated as a 15.
Yeah.
Then, of course, you have the Bliss Powerhouse 920 Tumble from Chicago. And I think this is appropriately seated. I think I had it as a 3 seed in my bracket, but just like on the front end of the 3 seeds. And it's good. It's really, really, really good. And it's the kind of quality of jam that you would expect from a 2 seed. Obviously, this one moves on pretty quickly, but I do think this loses to that Everything Must Go because I did have it seated lower than that.
I'm with you there. I have this tumble at 17, just because I think that it's it's the man tumble in the middle, which as we talked about on our fall recap, and I'd like to shout out again a friend of the pod, Dylan, who I was over at his house once, and he literally put it on, played the chord progression for me, and then played the man tumble, and then played the chord progression again. And it's like, oh, it's exactly the same thing. But this is still a fantastic jam. It would be ranked higher if it wasn't a recycled theme, similar to what we talked about with the, Guilford, Rockdale, etc.
Bees winding up there.
Yeah, I have this tumble at 29, so this is way overseeded for me.
So you're putting the Echo upset then, right?
No, I don't think so. I've got that even. Actually, I don't even think that's on my list.
No, I didn't rank it either.
So yeah, the double wins it. But yeah, I agree. I mean, this is the 2 seed that Everything Must Go is looking for. Because I think this tumble for a 2 seed is not going to last very long.
So I actually have this as a 5. I understand, knocking it for, recycled part, or you keep laughing. I don't know why. Like
I was laughing in the chat.
Yeah, man. So But again, it's not so much about recycling the segment, but like fitting that segment together with something that matters and is enjoyable. And I think this is one of those situations where that recycled part actually was better here. And I think this tumble is going to go far. I think this tumble's going to go far. We'll see what the wisdom of crowds has to say.
Yeah, we really will. And that brings us to the close of our first region of the bracket. This is your turbulence region, folks. This is what we've got, bottom left of the bracket. While we're here, let's take a moment before we move to the next region to shout out Mr. Neil over there on the top left for his beautiful work on creating jodyoftheyear.com for this year's bracket. If you have not visited jodyoftheyear.com yet, go there. It is also aatgoosepod.com. It redirects because it's fun. But that is where all the voting is going to take place for this year's bracket. Go there, register an account. Make sure once you register, you will get a verification email. Make sure you verify your account. But all of the voting, the bracket challenge, everything will be on that website this year. Really excited to have a dedicated place for the discussion. You don't need to be chasing down different links every day. So let's give a big round of applause to Neil for all of his incredible hard work.
Yeah.
Neil,
not always.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Not always a vibes guy, but he can vibe code. With the best of them.
And so Neil, can you speak real quick? I know like some people, one of the top things that I've heard is, that extra step of having to like verify your email. Can you speak just for a second before we move on about how that sort of secures the voting process?
Yeah,
on the back end.
It's about back-end security, Kev. And the reason why we had to do that is because I think every year we've done this, and we haven't said this yet, but this is the 6th bracket ever.
Yeah.
6th one. So 5 full years of doing this.
That's 70.
That's 6, bro.
You moved one over. Okay.
Yeah.
You can't just get the whole kitchen to vote.
Let's get back to the back. Let's get back to the back end.
Point. We're talking about back-end security. You can't get the whole kitchen to vote anymore. You have to at least tie your account to an email address, and you need to verify it. So what does that mean? When you go to set up an account, you will get an email in your inbox. You have to click on the link in that email, or else you will not be able to vote, and you will not be able to comment on the matchups. So it's super important. I think, 100 and something people have signed up so far. I expect many, many more to sign up. 90% of those people have verified their email. Folks are going to have to go back and verify those. So like if you do sign up for an account, if you're listening to this and you're like saying, hey, I want to go vote, make sure you go and verify that email address. Otherwise, you're going to have some trouble.
Yep.
And, the reason why we're doing it is because every single year, folks have said there's collusion, there's cheating. And I don't know if that's necessarily true, but it has happened. And there's been no way to kind of verify that, like, one person is voting. And there's still ways to work around it. And my hope is that people are honest and they let this thing play out, and actually the best jam wins. The wisdom of crowds, as it were, will choose the best winner.
As it were.
So I'm excited about it.
I think we found the bit for this year's bracket. Let's all.
Yeah, the wisdom of crowds. But no, I'm excited about it. The website should be super fun. I think, like you said, Ryan, it's going to put all the discussion in one place. There are no links to chase. You don't have to go to one particular social media platform or another. You just go to the site and do your business every single day. Vote on the chance.
All right. Well, without further ado, are we ready to go to the lazy region in the bottom right here? Starting off with our first matchup, number 1 seed Ben Thatch from May 30th versus the 16 seed Milwaukee Arcadia from February 6th. Another Milwaukee jam. Surprise, surprise. This one I did not rank. It is a fantastic Arcadia. Similar to Everything Must Go, Arcadia had a big resurgence to start the year. We were like, hell yeah. And then that was basically it for it for the whole year. So, maybe it'll come back. But this Ben Thatch is, this is a very dominant jam. I had it ranked at number 4 overall. So it was a 1 seed for me. It's multi-section. It's fantastic. You've got some light parts. You've got some dark parts. You've got some absolutely incredible playing from all 4 members. And yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. This is not my number 1 overall jam, obviously, but this is the kind of jam that is like ideal for me in terms of what Goose can do. Long, multi-section, and a lot of really cool parts.
Well, it is my number 1.
Ah, there we go.
Ew, there we go.
I'm wondering if this is the first year that I have not had a single Arcadia in my playlist.
What did you have last year?
I was trying to think of last year, but I'm pretty sure I had something.
Yeah, you may have ranked the Cap one because you also ranked the Cap Rosewood. I don't know.
No, he did not like the Cap Arcadia. I got ridiculed for having the Cap Arcadia on my list, so I sure hope he didn't. In any case.
Was there a noteworthy Arcadia in 2023?
Damned if I know, dude. Like, you're the guy we would ask.
No,
So
no. That's why I'm confused at B saying that this is his first year not having an Arcadia. I don't think that's correct. But, his jam of the year is in this matchup. So,
Kev, thoughts?
I have the Toronto Arcadia at the ass end of my Johnny list here. Yeah, I don't think Toronto was necessarily. It had some shiny moments. I think it got shed on a little bit more. Ryan. But there were some good jams that come out of there. So I did have that Arcadia. I don't have this Arcadia in my playlist, unfortunately, and I do think that this thatch handily moves on to the next round.
Yeah.
This is a cool one. So this Arcadia was not on my radar at all. It was on my playlist for a hot minute in February, and I took it off because I thought there was just better stuff. And so I was actually forced to go back, not forced, but I went back and listened to this because I hadn't listened to it since February. So, full 10 months and change. And it's pretty good. It's a nice bliss jam. I get why it made the bracket. It's not the kind of thing that makes my bracket necessarily, but I understand it. This thatch, though, like you already said, Ryan, is a multi-part monster. It's got a beautiful finger-picking section where Rick is kind of doing this finger-picking thing, and like Peter's doing vintage vibe at the same time, and it's just gorgeous. And then it's just like rip your face off, just madness at the end. So it's got all the elements. And so Adam said in chat, like, is this the consensus jam? And it is. Like, I think back to years ago, I was working in a kitchen when I was in my early 20s, and like nobody could ever agree on what to play. But the one thing we could all agree on was Johnny Cash. Everybody's just like, we can do Johnny Cash. Like, people who like metal could do Johnny Cash. People who liked kind of music that I like could do Johnny Cash. And this is like that. This is the thing that we can all agree on that everybody seems to really, really like. And so I think this jam it's got potential to go pretty far in this bracket because it's the one that nobody really despises. It's just the one that we all kind of like.
Non-controversial jam of the year pick.
Yeah, well, no, it's just like, it's the consensus pick. I think we all we agree on this one as being like not our least favorite.
This thatch?
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay.
It's got some really excellent sections. I think the end here is the most creative thing they did all year. Also, it's really fun. It's special.
Oh, that's also the way that Cotter, plays with the tempo there, the double time and then the halftime, and Trevor keeping that little descending lick going when they re-enter the song at the end is just it's so killer.
It's a full on metal riff at the end there.
Yeah.
It's
amazing.
awesome.
It's amazing. We're breaking down jams, guys.
Sorry, before we move on, what I meant to say was this is the third year in a row I've not had an Arcadia.
Okay.
In my playlist.
He spent the last 5 minutes
looking through his last 3 years. Yeah.
And in 2022, the only and highest Arcadia I had was 55.
Wow.
Was that the Nashville one?
I think it was. Yeah, it was. Yep.
So
I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I think somebody needs to investigate.
We're primed for an Arcadia resurgence, is what you're saying.
We've been primed for an Arcadia resurgence since like the middle of 2022. So let's hope.
What happened in 2022 with Arcadia?
They stopped jamming Arcadia and started playing it when they had 13 minutes left until curfew.
Yeah.
All right. Next matchup, we've got the Columbus Jive Lee at an 8 seed from September 30th versus the Grand Rapids Big Modern at a 9 seed February 15th. This is a pretty great matchup. There haven't been a lot of close ones for me so far in this one. This is my favorite Jive Lee of the year. I absolutely adore it. I do have it ranked 15 spots higher than I have this Big Modern, but I think that this will be a close matchup once it goes to a vote. This Jive Lee is a Cotter jam. This is Cotter's. I think this is Cotter's best jam of the year. He does everything for 20 minutes, and there's just a lot of ideas flowing out of this jam, and I really, really like it. Yeah, man, this is a phenomenal Jive Lee.
I have the Modern 16 spots higher than the Jive Lee.
Oh, that's true. I remember earlier in the year, didn't you have this at like number 1 overall in like March?
I didn't have it at number 1 overall, but they had only played 6 shows, so yeah, I had it a lot higher than I do now.
But I just remember you sent us your list after Winter Tour, and you had this Big Modern in like your top 5.
I think I sent it in alphabetical order, maybe.
Kev, thoughts?
Where am I at here? 40. I have this thing at 40 versus, I don't know where I have this Big Modern at. 215. I don't know.
Right on.
Where are we at?
Yeah. So
Are we still talking about Jive Lee?
Yes.
Lee and Modern. I love both of these jams. I think they're both pretty unique for the year. Big Modern, I'm a noted disliker of Big Moderns. This is the one that actually started to change my mind, like sometime around late summer this year. Yeah, it did.
Late summer. This
one is fire. It's the second best Big Modern they've ever played, in my opinion. And it's like not even close. Second best Big Modern they've ever played. And really, really enjoyed. This one is just, again, pure fire. And I encourage everybody to go listen to this. If you're a vibes guy and you want to run through a brick wall, go listen to this. That's the vibe you want. And then this Jive Lee, as you already said, is just Cotter and Trevor. I think rhythm section is just phenomenal in it. And it makes this thing so good. And what did I have that at? I had it at 23 overall. So I actually had it as a 4 seed. So
I feel like the people have always there's always been a kind of an anti-Jive Lee bias in the bracket.
Still salty about fiddlers, huh?
Well, just all of them. You know what I mean? Like we all had 3 this year in ours, and 1 made.
It's true.
And the voting generally plays out that way as well. So I would probably put money if I was betting on the Modern to take this.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably do the opposite, probably based on the same reasoning. I think vibey sort of people are gonna choose the Jive Lee here. I think the Jive Lee is gonna move on, but we'll see. That's the fun of the voting, people. You don't know what's gonna happen.
I think the sing-along people, the sing-along crowd is going to want to go Big Modern here.
I don't know. I sing along a lot to Jive Lee, so.
Ryan's a big sing-along guy.
Those who have, especially to Big Modern.
Big Modern or bust, as they say.
As they say. I do say that.
As it were.
Okay, next matchup at a 5 seed, we've got the Goosemas Madhavan up against the Gonzo Torero at a 12 seed. I really like those 3 minutes towards the end of this Torero, that kind of like machine 2-guitar jam. I think it's overseeded here. It should be like a 15, I think. And this Madhavan is maybe the greatest Rick's guitar tone has ever sounded.
Yes.
You get the stop-start part, you get the giant peak. There's a lot of Madhavan in this bracket, and this one is fantastic. I had it ranked at 15 overall. It is my 4th highest ranked Madhavan.
Ryan, just to jump in real quick, like you had mentioned earlier, I think it was the Tumble where the segment was sort of adopted from the man. Help me out here. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, what this Madhavan is?
No. So the tumble from before that we were talking about had like an adopted section from the Philadelphia something or other.
From the Man Tumble.
And you had ended up like dialing that song down a little bit because that was borrowed. And I would almost make an argument that like this Madhavan has a lot of those same sort of borrowed elements. But back to the point that I was making is those borrowed elements were fucking executed really well all together in this Madhavan. I think that's why it's going to move on, past this Torero. But to your point, to not necessarily just skip past or downgrade a song because they took one part or one jam a section from one song and moved it into another song, but how it all fits together as a whole at the end of the day. And I think this Madhavan is a positive benefit of that sort of scenario.
I think sometimes I think very well said, Kev. Sometimes I think the Goosemas jams might be a little bit more difficult because they're so recent, so late in the year. It's holidays. I don't know. Like these are hard to rank.
The recency bias hasn't had time to wear off yet.
Yeah, and historically I haven't had Goosemas jams very high, except for Mirrors, of course.
Mirrors.
I had that
great tune.
It's like my 5 overall. I still go back to that. It's just incredible. That's how I celebrate Goosemas every year. Usually, is I put on Mirrors and just wish myself a Merry Goosemas.
And then you go to bed before the stream starts.
Yeah, it's late out here.
All right, can I talk about the jams now?
Yeah, talk about the jams.
This Madhavan. So if we're talking about like formulaic Madhavans, this one is not that. This is the one this year that actually breaks the mold a little bit, and I think it makes it special.
It either breaks the mold or it doesn't break the mold. It can't break the mold a little bit. Come on.
Yes, it breaks the mold. And thank you for correcting my paper, Mr. Social Studies teacher. That was awesome. No passive tone. Okay. So it destroys the mold. It blows it up. So I think it does do that actually, and it's pretty cool. There's a lot of precise playing in this one. There's an almost start-stop piece here that is reminiscent of an old jam, but it's not really full start-stop. It's kind of dynamic.
It's in a different way
soft
than the
and loud.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this time. It's in a different way.
It's a slightly different theme.
You agree with me?
It's not the same.
Go compare it to
My borrowed elements are different than your borrowed elements.
There, you got it, buddy. You got it.
I love how Jive Goose is playing the foil here. This is insane.
Please proceed.
Madness. This is absolute madness.
Love this podcast.
Cats and dogs are friends. I mean, what's up is down. Okay, and then the Torero I didn't rank.
Bliss jams, yeah.
I don't get this one. I think there's one Torero played this year that I think I would consider a jam. This one has a little bit of chaos in it for a minute or two. And I mean, that's all there is to it. I think, new song has a bit of shine on it, so it ends up as a 12 seed. Madhavan moves on. And I think this Madhavan actually has a chance to go decently far. This goes, in my opinion, to the Sweet 16.
2 rounds.
They played Torero in May, and then we never saw it again.
Oh, I just assumed this was Cleveland Torero.
This is Gonza. No, it says San Jose del Cabo.
I know. There's not a second Torero on my radar. You know what I mean? So
that's my favorite city in
because there shouldn't be. That's my point.
Yeah,
San Jose del Cabo, Ohio.
Yeah. Neil and I agree.
Listen, some say that Cabo is the Ohio of Mexico, so it's easy to get it mixed up.
God damn it.
Okay.
We were all trying to figure it out, Brian. We were all trying to come up with it. You did it first.
I cracked it.
This is such a fitting matchup. I love this.
The 4 seed, 528 Dustin Hoffman from San Francisco versus the 920. And the 924 Earthlinger Alien from Louisville, 13 seed. This is the only jam in the bracket played with Peter's rearranged rig for one night only. For those who care about that sort of thing, which is probably just me. This is a really cool Earthlinger Alien. There are 2 that kind of did some cool stuff this year. I had this one ranked lower than the other one, only by 2 slots. Oh no, just kidding. I had this one ranked 2 slots higher than Toronto. But this Dustin Hoffman is a fantastic Bliss jam. It's the first version of this song to really go big. I know a lot of people really love this one. I think, Neil, you and I aren't quite as high on it as others. I had this at 35 overall. But this wins this matchup pretty handily for me. B, question for you. Does your animal policy apply to Earthling or Alien as well?
I was just going to say, I usually rank my Earthling aliens right next to my animals. I actually do have this on my list, though. No, I do. It's very low. There's a limit. But this is all about this Dustin Hoffman. I mean, this wins this easily. I probably only had I had the Dustin Hoffman at around 20, so it would have been probably more like a 5 seed, maybe a 6 seed if I had a little bit lower. So it's probably a little bit high, but it's a really awesome jam, and it reminds me the first kind of funk jam. It reminds me a little bit of the Madison Square Garden Thatch we were talking about earlier. It's got a really nice kind of just easygoing, mellow funk jam to get things going. But then this ends up, going a little bit, to some different places. So it's quite lengthy. So we'll see if that, helps it or hurts it in the long run. But it takes this one easily.
Yeah, it's a 26-47 matchup for me, Dustin versus Earthling or Alien. I think the Dustin moves through pretty handily here.
Yeah, I mean, I have the Goose Miss Madhavan beating the Dustin in the next round. Yeah, no,
that's going to be tough.
This matchup. Yeah.
What's interesting here? So I actually had these ranked. I had the Hoffman ranked 31, so top half of my bracket. And I had this Earthling or Alien ranked 39. And the reason why I had them so close to each other is I found them to be really similar. They're both kind of like a laid-back funk groove for a majority of the time. What this Dustin Hoffman does in the last 5 or 6 minutes or so is it really kind of takes off. You get some pretty emotive Rick soloing, which I think everybody loves. But I mean, the first 15 minutes or so that's Dustin Hoffman, it is just a groove. There is nothing truly special about it. And if they had stopped right there, we wouldn't be talking about it at all. 15 minutes of this thing, which is, I think Dustin Hoffman, the song itself is about 6 minutes long. So 9 full minutes of nothing fancy happening. So that's where it knocks down a peg or two. Yeah. And I think this Earthling or Alien does the same exact thing for the majority of it. So I had them pretty close to each other. I'm surprised that this is a 4 seed. I think this is an incredibly weak 4 seed in my opinion. So in my bracket, it would have been an 8 seed. And I think that's pretty appropriate. And this Earthling or Alien would have been a 10 seed.
I'm telling you, if I'm in the proper state of mind, the first few minutes of this Dustin Hoffman funk jam, this is some very 97 funk reminiscent stuff. I'm telling you. I'm telling you,
okay.
It is.
So you're talking like 7 a.m. warming up on the pickleball court, trying to figure out what that music's gonna feel like. You might.
Yeah, we haven't had any pickleball playlist mentions today so far.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot on this in this half of the bracket that makes that playlist. That really,
ouch.
That I'm going to throw on to get fired up.
So
a lot of laid back jams here.
What is the state of mind that you're talking about?
Like drugs?
I mean, just throw some headphones on.
Yeah.
And just
drugs.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Just in a mental state where you can just be consumed by the music, and you can just.
My mind has been consumed by music.
It's
give
cacao.
Yourself wholly to it,
and nothing. Oh yeah, it's the cacao. It's true.
Cacao ceremony.
Okay. Next matchup.
I'll take you there.
6 seed February 8th Milwaukee Hunger Site versus the 11 seed 215 Grand Rapids Pancakes. Everybody loves his Pancakes. And this is one of Rick's greatest improvised guitar solos ever, I think. However, it is a 14 or so minute Pancakes that is just a Rick guitar solo and nothing else. I didn't rank it. This Hunger Site is probably the most unique Hunger Site this band has ever played. I had it ranked at 10 overall. I absolutely adore it. It's weird. It's dark. It's together. This is emblematic of February right here. yeah, this pretty easily advances for me. And I am worried about this matchup because the community at large sometimes struggles with dark jams and loves Rick guitar solos.
I wouldn't worry.
I worry anyway.
This one's not going to be close.
Yeah, I hope not. But this Hunger Site, if you haven't been listening to this Hunger Site a lot,
It's a good one.
it's so good.
Is it the best one ever?
It's my top of this year.
I think, honestly, I think
I know
this
it
might be
it's encapsulated in that statement, but like, yes,
Yeah.
is it the best one ever? Thinking about what it's up against.
Well, I need your help then because I can't stop listening to the Phoenix one at the expense of all the other Hunger Sites they played this year. So
Yeah, that one's also sick. Yeah,
I need an intervention.
I think it might be the best one ever.
Don't forget about Philly Hunger Side. I mean,
All right, okay. Trevor Mays.
What year is it?
Listen, when B gets attached to a jam, he
Yeah.
never forgets it.
never forgets. It's like, mine's like a bear trap. In any case, I just want to say, like, this Hunger Site is my 10 overall, so it would be a 3 seed in my bracket, a 3.5 as it were. And then the Pancakes I didn't rank at all because, like you, Ryan, I love this Pancakes. I think it's awesome, and I do play it on a actually semi-regular basis. I've listened to it a bunch.
Yeah.
But it's not what I'm looking for in a Jam of the Year bracket thing. This is not, again, the best of Goose playlist. This would be on kind of my best of, guitar solos playlist. I've got like a whole bunch that I can like really kind of think about.
B, do you still have that Rick going absolutely nuts playlist?
Yeah. I think you had the Rick Sunday, right?
there's been a few different ones. Yeah, for a sustained period of time, I think. I can't remember the full name of that one.
That's what it was.
It's a mouthful.
I remember now. Yeah.
It's like the Michigan
Yeah.
Lottery Amphitheater at Freedom Hill of playlist names.
Yeah, so I mean, Salt Cakes. Salt Cakes is still at the top of that one.
Oh, amazing.
Ryan, you learning humor is going to make you unstoppable.
Thank you.
No, it's not.
Thank you.
It's Salt Cakes. In any case, I think this Pancakes is good. I don't think it's worthy of an 11 seed. This Hunger Site is going to blow it out of the water. Like I said, this is my like a 3 seed in my bracket versus a not ranked at all. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good reaction. Number 6, matchup number 6 in the Lazy region. We've got the 3 seed 214 Grand Rapids Dripfield versus the 14 seed 528 Salt from San Francisco. I would like to say before this Dripfield absolutely curb stomps this Salt, that this Salt is a fantastic jam. Listen to it again today. Things that Peter's doing on the synth, the way that they cultivate that kind of that darker, moody vibe and then flip it to lighter in the second half is amazing. But this Dripfield is just like it's insane. It's one of the most sustained peaks of energy. I think just without being completely the Rick show, I think this is one of the most sustained peaks of energy that they've played up to this point. And then post peak, that beautiful major key space that they kind of luxuriate in for a while before going into this old C. So good. I had this Dripfield at 7 overall, so it was a 2 seed for me. But
wow,
yeah, it's amazing.
Quick check.
Do I still have a little bit of attendance bias 11 months later? Probably.
so this is your top drip.
Yes.
You have
See,
this over at Phoenix also?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I really struggled with those two. I'm pretty sure I swapped them a bunch of times.
I did too,
throughout the year.
actually.
But I ended up leaving Phoenix like in my top 10. This Grand Rapids is at 16, but so I think things are going to be interesting in later rounds with some of these jams. But yeah, the Salt, it'd be interesting. What I'd like to hear where you guys all had this. I had it at 33.
I was actually curious about the Salt too from the perspective of the Westville AIN Salt. If it was better or worse, just preference wise.
What do you mean?
This one's
like
way better.
The Salt from Westville?
Yeah.
I don't rank that.
Okay.
That one's just assault.
I don't think about you at all.
Yeah, basically.
All right. So what's the question
one
here?
is-
We talking drip fields? Or we talking salts?
Salt.
mean-
Where'd you have the
Well,
salt?
both, because
Oh.
that's the matchup. So
I have the salt
pick
as a
your
12
poison.
seed. I think what's interesting about this salt is I just got done praising the thatch, the Ben thatch. And the end section of that Ben thatch is born out of this salt, which was done just a handful of days earlier.
Mm.
And if you listen to them side by side, you can hear where the idea came from. It is not a rehash of the jam, jive. So
The development of the idea.
yes, it's a development of the idea, because I think
They
there
borrowed
is a
it.
difference between revisiting themes and then developing an idea further. But that is what this salt is. So it is the genesis of that idea that comes out over there. And I think this is sick. And what did I say my number was? I forget.
don't think
It
it
is my 46. It's a 12 seed in my bracket.
But yeah, I
Also
think
look
it's underranked here.
Yeah.
While
I
we're
mean,
here, we didn't talk about another snub. Thank you to Nate Bordash for noting that the Gooseman strip
Oh,
is
yeah.
very nice and should have been in the bracket. I agree.
yeah, that was like kind of the best example of Rick/Horn interplay. I
Yeah.
think, of the whole entire run. We were kind of like, at least I was like waiting for Bogey to just kind of, give it to him and just really take the lead, and he does it in that drip
In
field.
the
You should
drip.
go listen
Yep.
to it.
Yep. You guys got anything else on this matchup?
We don't do guest spots in the bracket, though. Is that right?
You absolutely
You can, okay.
Wait.
He's
I
stoking
didn't know if that
fires
was,
right
I
now.
didn't know if that was
Yeah,
proper or not.
no. It's not proper according to the arbiter of all things proper, but according to the rules of the bracket, sit-ins are allowed.
Yeah.
All right.
Poor Becca. She
So,
said like
so
pick
the
up like
long,
3 spilled beers and like a broken glass somewhere.
the short answer is put what you want in your bracket. Except,
Yeah,
Unless
and-
it's the
and-
wrong
and if-
thing.
No, and then
Except
if- and then if
Chateau
it's not-
Jams.
Well, if it's not
Okay.
eligible, then it gets removed.
And you can't do Chateau Jams if they're playing in their own house. That doesn't count.
Okay. Next matchup, number 7 in the Lazy region. 7 seed, the MSG Tumble from June 28th versus the 10 seed, 214 Grand Rapids Hot Tea. We got some more goonts happening here. Always great time. The last few minutes of this tumble are blazing hot. You get the first real edition of the back alley grime goonts that came to prevalence in the fall. This hot tea, however, is the GOAT hot tea, in my opinion, and
Whoa.
is dark and twisted and amazing. And I had it ranked at 25 overall. I'm going to guess that Jive Goose ranks his hot teas alongside his animals and his earthlings or aliens. So it doesn't have this one. But I have tea getting the upset here.
Hey, listen. Interestingly enough, I actually have this tea pretty high because this is some really good improv.
Yeah.
I'm shocked it's only a 10 seed.
Yeah.
Honestly, because usually the public loves hot tea. You know what I mean?
Listen,
So-
the Goosemas one almost made the bracket.
Yeah. So did they just not like this kind of like demented jamming?
Overall, yes, that's the trend.
Yeah, I think that is. I think this proves that, I guess, is maybe my point.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I had this ranked higher than you, Ryan. I had this as my 20.
Hell
So
yeah.
I had this as a dead on 5 seed.
Because the entire year, every time you looked at my playlist, you ridiculed me for where I had this hot tea ranked. Every
That's not
single
true.
time.
That's
And
just tough
no.
love.
I ridiculed you for where you had the factory fiction ranks, because I think this hot tea is better. I think it's really easy to listen to this and say, okay, so this is dissonant jamming, move on. So it's just like long dissonant jamming. There is nuance there. Some dissonant jamming is better than others. This one is fantastic. It has this whole like kind of descending thing. Like you have the juxtaposition of the hot tea dance party, and then all of a sudden like these descending lines, like you're just like falling into the abyss. You're like Gandalf fighting the Balrog. It's just like, it's
Whoa.
fucking chaos. And like, I love that. There's actual imagery there in the music. And so it's more than just dissonance. It's more than just cacophony. It's actually they're taking you on a journey there.
Yeah.
And,
And then-
this was an encore too, right?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. This
Which is
is
insane.
yeah. No, I mean, I'm.
It's not what we meant by encore that shit. But.
If you want to, if you want to hear, my reaction to being in the room, go watch the day after show from this one because I was like, freaking out over it. But
oh man, the numbers on that episode are about to shoot up.
Yeah. This is another rhythm section jam. Like the Cotter and Trevor throughout this whole thing, they'd have their little breaks in the middle, but it's just it's insane. It's insane. But I hope this upset happens.
And what I really like, for me personally, what I really like about as we start approaching like these middle matchups is maybe some of these things aren't as fresh in my mind as I thought they were, and it's a good opportunity to go back. Because I got to go back and listen to some of what you're talking about right now.
Okay. Yep. There's going to be a very easy way for you to do that.
Can you tell me how?
Before we get to our last matchup, I would love to tell you that once again this year, as always, we are partnering and very excited about it with our friends at WTED Radio and the Wisteria Lane community. They will be airing matchups every day at noon Eastern as they go live. So head over to WTED, listen to the matchup, and then head over to jodyoftheyear.com and vote.
Jody.
Potato. Toronto.
Jody.
Toronto.
Jody.
It's not potato.
It's not
It's not patoti.
Okay.
Well, we should circle back.
That would be like potato patoti.
We should
Nobody says that.
circle back to the endorsement because the WTED people are really good people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Where were you, Ryan? There.
Fine lads. Fine lads.
Yeah. Bunch of great
Fine
people
folk.
over there. Yeah. Kev, the community. Our final matchup of tonight, the Lazy Region number 8, 15 seed June 19th into the Mist from Cleveland, Ohio versus the 2 seed Guilford Fish in the Sea from June 27th. I should have done this research beforehand, but is this the highest ranked cover jam we've had since? Oh no, we had a 2 seed last year. I was going to say since the Eau Claire way it is, but we had a 2 seed half step last year.
Do you think the community at large considers Fish in the Sea a cover?
I mean,
it is technically. I'm not taking any of that away.
No, I mean, it's a song. Well, there's a difference because something like Half Step or The Way It Is, a lot of people know the original version of really well. I think there are not a lot of Goose fans who are avid listeners of Fat Freddy's Drop.
Yeah.
So this.
Yeah.
I can't say I am.
I just hope no one sees Guilford and Mist and then gets confused and then votes for this Mist, thinking it's the Guilford Mist.
Hopefully, the different date, the different city.
I know. I'm
to
just,
words
but
into
you know
the
what I
Mist.
mean. Like if you look, when I looked at this really closely, or not very closely,
Well, you're not wearing your reading glasses right now.
I thought, oh, Guilford Mist. Those
No.
2 words jumped off the page at me, and I got excited.
They're not next to each other. What are you doing?
I just Mist jumps off the page to me. You know what I mean?
Well, we know how you feel about this song. This one's unfinished though, so don't vote for it. This Fish in the Sea. This Fish in the Sea is absolutely incredible.
So good.
As we know, I had this ranked number 5 overall, so 2 seed is right on the money. I am very much looking forward to hopefully this versus Ben Thatch in the Elite 8. I think that's going to be a phenomenal matchup if those 2 both make it there, which I hope they do. Yeah. This Mist is a good time.
It is a good time. It has a drop in it. So this is not a Goonsey Mist. It has the old-fashioned Ascend Amphitheater drop in it, which is awesome. It's not half as good. Let's be honest.
No, I mean, listen, the Nashville Mist is the pinnacle of drop.
I mean, that drop is because they have the bass bomb there. No bass bomb in this one. Killer drop and fun Mist, but I'm confused how this one ended up here. It's a weird one. It doesn't kind of fit the other ones that I think are kind of snuck into the bracket. But folks are high on it, enough to kind of sneak it in here. And of course, this Fish in the Sea is sick. This is one of the best covers they've ever done. And it's a multi-part monster, which is what gets you a 2 seed in the Jam of the Year bracket. That's kind of how it goes. I mean, and it's got a bunch of cool parts to it too. I mean, some are saying that there's a little bit of Smooth Santana featuring Rob Thomas in this one.
Love that.
And you decide. You go and listen to that. And but they,
Right
you know,
after,
this,
and right before they segue into it, there's a tease of "Wrong Way" by Sublime. So
I think
that actually did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think even Rick himself was like, "Oh shit, what am I playing?" And then he was like, "Oh shit, I just played."
yeah,
like
I just teased Sublime.
I think maybe he was taking that idea and developing it.
Yeah,
bring
maybe.
that one back. Smooth or Wrong
Probably
Way?
both.
Yeah.
Probably both.
This one runs the gamut of like not all the styles, but it does like a little bit of like the dissonant jamming thing, and then it also does the post peak bliss thing, which is great.
Yeah, it's
A bunch of the things we like about jams this year.
All the things.
Yeah.
well.
Let's just do the other two.
Let's
Power through.
start now. Yeah, we're
Take
doing
it from the
another hour and
top.
a half.
Take it from the top.
So this is the bottom half of your Jam of the Year bracket, everybody. Your Turbulence and Lazy regions. We will have all the information about the bracket, how it's going to work, how you can get involved in the challenge, participate, print off your own, etc. Will be coming to you on Sunday after we have revealed the rest tomorrow night. But in the meantime, join us back here 22 and a half hours from now as we break down the Royal and Madalena regions. The top half of the bracket. It's going to be fantastic. And yeah, you guys have anything you want to add?
Mail sack?
On,
You're gonna do the mail sack?
We have no
do
mail
mail
sack. Yeah, we didn't do
I mean,
it.
we can
Make
take,
them
we
up
can
like
take
you
a couple
normally
mail
do.
sacks. No, we can take a couple mail sacks from the chat on this first half of the bracket.
We'll do it
anyone's
live.
Yeah, we'll do it live. Give us-
I've
give
got
us
a
chat
like
right
a
now.
I got a passive aggressive question.
Oh, here we go.
Can I highlight it?
Yeah, do it.
All right. So some songs get punished for rehashing a song.
Yes.
Others get a pass. Got
Yes.
it.
Yeah, I mean,
so that-
yes, that's exactly what happens.
I wanted to highlight it too because
We
that's
never
fucking
claimed to be-
hypocritical as hell, Ryan.
No, we never claim to be fair on this podcast. We
Well,
all of our
No.
opinions.
Well, and that's
all
all
our
good and
opinions
fine.
that
We're
we
just
express are
we have-
self-serving for the jams that we like.
we got to call it out though.
Man, I think. Well, you know what's funny is I gave a huge pass to the All I Need from Westville, which was played only days beforehand in Mountain Jam, which I don't know why I can't spit that one out, but I have trouble doing it. But yeah, so I mean, like it does
Well,
kind
that was
of cut both ways.
development of the idea, though. That wasn't like
Yes.
another
exactly
big
right.
marquee jam using the same thing, which is like the SPAC Drive.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then
Top
you know,
I mean, yeah. If as long as you're rehashing borrowed elements but developing them further, then I think we're all good.
We never claim to be fair, but be sure to verify your email address. Yes, thank you, Rita.
yes, absolutely verify your email address. That ensures maximum fairness.
Yeah.
Did we end up doing the thing where you have to upload a photo of your driver's license, or you don't have
No,
to?
we're not. We're not
Social
doing
security card, not driver's license.
And
Yeah.
mother's maiden name.
Yeah. All right. Brian Watson in the chat. Which song is long overdue for revitalization for jamming?
Okay.
Talked about it earlier. Arcadia, without a
Arcadia.
doubt.
True.
That is the one.
Yes.
What else? What else though?
I mean, they have to play it, but Dragonfly.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But that's not revitalized. It was never.
No, I know. I mean, there are some that are like a little more infrequent that I would
I'd say
like to see
Wisteria
more.
maybe too.
Well, that's why,
Right.
like, there is a big Wisteria that happened this past year that you have ranked 30 slots lower than everyone else.
I really like
Whoa.
I really like the Providence one. I know it gets like sandbagged for being ripcorded.
Well,
I
same with the
actually
Michigan one.
I actually think that was a very tasteful transition to the next song
Mm.
at that point. It didn't feel like a ripcord at all.
I mean, I think that the Michigan one, similar to Providence, is a really fantastic idea that they develop, and then Rick decides that he's done. And it's, you know,
Well, he's the guy playing the guitar, so he gets to make those decisions.
it's true. He does.
Yeah.
He does.
I think, to some degree or another, Drive really needs a resurgence in jamming. There are a couple of Goonsy drives that I think are on people's radar, but there's really only one jammed out drive that,
Well, there's a couple this year.
Three 3 awesome drives. They're all on my playlist. One, hey, we didn't even get to talk about one of them, so let's do that now.
Let's go through. Let's talk about
Fiddler's Drive.
everything else from Fiddler's. That didn't make the
Fiddler's,
brackets.
See, I didn't get to do all my snubs.
Yeah, do it. That was the time.
You had
Let's
the opportunity.
air your grievances.
Well, because Cleveland Drive was the massive snub, but I think
Yes.
Fiddler's Drive is also a snub. I mean, it's a good jam. You know what I mean? And you get the return of the proper drive, and everything about it is so
Cut
good.
from the same cloth, man.
Wait, we're calling that the proper drive?
I mean, no, the proper drive doesn't have the lyrics.
What?
Well, musically,
Can we ask?
Well,
Brendan in chat, what is the proper drive?
The
please?
proper drive is the fast played one, right?
The fast played one.
well, with the composed
jam.
bridge section is
Yeah.
what
Which
I'm referring to.
They played that at
And Watson Bryant has a pretty good point there. Where the fuck is Torero? That's a pretty good point.
Yeah, has been played in 6 months.
Yeah.
Where's
Better come back in
726?
Yeah, I mean, it just got played.
Oh, did it?
Yep, beginning of October, it got played with the Line Sleeps
Well, that's
Tonight
not
intro.
just got played.
Well, it was like 4 shows ago.
4 shows ago.
They've been played very much this fall.
Yeah, they're not playing for a while too. Turns
Yeah.
out.
I'd like to
yeah.
see a big. I'd like to see a big Jive 2 jam.
Yeah, a la 5/8/21.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that one was always questionable to me because it felt very disconnected.
It's a
It
bonus
felt
jam.
like if it was a
Third
bonus
jam.
jam.
Well,
for
you
sure.
want to see them jam out the Rick solo portion.
I just want to see a really big Type 2.
Right, but not in the way that they did it that one time. Like you want to see it.
No, because that was just we're done with Jive 2. Now we're just going to start up a jam, completely unrelated.
yeah, that sucks.
I mean, it was related, but yeah. And,
It's like one of my favorite things of 2021 too.
Yeah.
Um,
all right.
It was good.
And then just to sort of put a cap on this particular question here, many people are saying hot, hot, hot.
Oh
You
my
know,
god.
It's 6
Need-
years.
Needs to be
Disco
brought back.
Inferno. Yeah.
Disco Inferno needs to be brought
They
back.
haven't played it. They haven't played it since the infamous GIF happened. Like they saw how Jive Goose reacted to Disco Inferno, and they were like, "Well, we have to put this on the shelf. Can't keep playing this."
So I think what we're saying here is we want them to bring it back. I mean, that is a jam vehicle. It has appeared in the Jam of the Year bracket, I think more than once.
Ryan's face when you were like, "This that is a jam vehicle." Like to see his face right when you said that was awesome.
Now,
So it
Here we
was
go.
in the 2020 bracket, and I think it was in the 2021 bracket, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be
I
wrong
don't
there.
know if that one made it, but there
There was
was
one.
a notable one from
Yeah.
New Orleans. I think they should play it in Colorado in 2026.
Yeah.
I think Disco Inferno should get played in Colorado.
I'll take
I
it.
think somebody said Time to Flee. I'd probably agree with that one as well.
Yeah, that one's due for a resurgence of jamming.
Bring back
and-
a
and plays
2-slot Time to Flee. That signals a good show.
There we go.
Yeah. Hey, there was a flea that could have made it. It was in the snubs.
It was pretty good.
like
No Johnny for you, pal.
Yep. And I wonder if any of the Goosemas covers will come back for 2026. I think based on bingo, I think we will see some of them. Ideally, Burn the Witch.
Sick.
Yeah, would love that. Pigs coming back would be cool. Bear. Let's get some more Bear. Love that.
No.
Song. I've listened to Bear Moby like probably 25 times
That-
since Goosemas.
Strange
That movie's
Overtones
insane.
for sure. Absolutely bring that back.
Oh yeah. I mean, I still haven't recovered from that. I was in like literal tears.
Yeah.
I don't know if you two guys know this because we don't ever talk about this stuff, but that is like one of my favorite albums of my whole entire life.
Which two guys? Because two of us were with you when you were crying and saying that it was one of
No,
your
Kev
favorite
wasn't with
albums
us.
of
He
all
was
time.
eating a hot dog.
I was back
Not
for
sure
Strange
that.
Overtones. Yeah.
Oh, you
Oh,
were
were you
back
there?
you were back for Strange Overtones.
Yes.
Yeah, you weren't
Got
there
it.
for
You missed
Strange Overtones.
Okay.
Yeah. In any case, I digress. We should probably. wrap
Yeah,
this.
we're gonna wrap up here. Thank you everybody for spending your Friday evening with us. We really appreciate all of you and love you very much. We will see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern to talk about the second half of the bracket. Let's go. We love you all. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy New Year.